What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Morning Movie Chat. I am your host, Trinity. Welcome to the Second Street Marvel. I hope you're all having a very good day today, as it is, what is it, April 23rd? Something like that? 23rd? Is it 23rd? Yeah, we're getting somewhere right there. It kind of, like, the day itself doesn't really matter, like, as long as you know the day, right? Oh, man. Oh, no. No, this is not good. This is not good at all. Why does it look like OBS is not wanting to connect with you all? Let me know down in the comments below how bad that is being for you guys. If it's being too bad, I'm sure I can figure something out to make this work here for you guys. Give me just 1 second. All right. Oh, there we go. What's up, everybody? Could you all please let me know if that's breaking up too bad there, guys? I know it looks like YouTube is not wanting to cooperate right now. So, let me see. Is it possible? Maybe we can get, maybe we can get here. All right. All right. Maybe we'll see how that looks. How's this look, guys? There we go. How's that look? Is that is that looking better? Because I know it looks like okay. All right. Man, what is okay? Audio working. How's everything else working though? How's everything else working? That's what I'm curious. That's what I'm wanting to know. Is that better? Okay. It's dude. This thing is yeah. All right. We're stopping this. We're stopping this. There we go. We're going with this one. We're going with this one. Okay. Is this? Can you guys hear everything just fine? Is everything okay? Um. There we go. Is it back now? Is it back now? Is it working? Alright, is that it? Is it working better now? Let me know. Let me know, yeah, because, oh man, it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad, isn't it? Okay, is it working better now? Are we there yet? Are we there yet, guys? Come on. This thing's got to be working better now. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. Oh man, you gotta love that. That's the beauty of live TV, folks. And yes, TV, because maybe somebody's watching it on their big screen TV, watching me there. Anyway, guys, yeah, today I'm going to talk a little bit more about some comic books. Yesterday I was talking about Impact Theory's Neon Future and how it had just, it just came out on trade paperback. I talked a lot about it. Well, I didn't realize that Hexagon issue number 2 had come out yesterday. You can find it on Comixology. You can find it on ImpactTheory.com yesterday, just like I was talking about. But I wanted to start here right off the top. It works. Okay, not good, not bad. Okay, I wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about today was, starting right off the top, was yesterday I was over on the Den of Nerds, and there was a good show over there on the Den of Nerds Live yesterday, and then they dropped a video on their main channel. And did you guys see this? It's kind of funny that we were talking about yesterday the MCU and kind of the Russo Brothers and things like that. Where I thought it was a little bit funny because, I was talking about Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely coming in and maybe being there in the MCU to, how would you say, be consultants on scripts and things to help keep things flowing in the way that they had done, since they did so many of these. Oh man, what's and they were talking, he was talking about the Russo brothers had been meeting, Josh in his video was talking about how the Russos had been meeting like every month with the people from Marvel. And I'm thinking that's very interesting. But this also makes sense because it's something that I remember somebody else, we've talked a little bit about that here on the channel, where talking about who would take over if Kevin Feige was to go bye-bye. Who would be the next one in charge. And so, my thought has been it's going to be Victoria Alonso. And the other thing is I still believe that. But also, we've got to have people there in these positions that will help guide it forward. And obviously, we can see that there are filmmakers and things out there who have been doing that this whole time. Obviously, we see the Russos have been there for quite a while, since the second Captain America movie. Also, like I was mentioning yesterday, is we've also got Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, who have been there writing a lot. They've done a lot of the scripts for a lot of the movies. So to have to hear that the Russo brothers are out there doing like still writing stuff. I mean, that's actually that's kind of cool. And it really just makes sense. And that seems like what they would want to do going forward, is having people in place who can keep an eye on these properties with things going forward, help keep things developing, consult with the other directors, the other writers, and things like that. Is it just me, or is he lagging? It's probably lagging. It's probably lagging pretty dang bad, man. Yeah, it's probably lagging pretty bad. I don't know why. Dude, I don't know. The internet's not wanting to cooperate right now. I can always try to kick this thing back up, see if OBS is going to cooperate with me yet. But yeah, it's probably lagging. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Is it gonna work? Let's see. Is it gonna work? We'll see. We'll see in a second if this thing's gonna end up working out or not. This thing's gonna end up working out or not. No, it's not looking good. Anyway, I guess we're just gonna have to do whatever we have to do. Yeah, OBS sucks, but what other choice do we have? Well, you know what I didn't check out was I think they actually need to do is, have the Russo brothers there consistently, working with these other directors, other writers, and things like that. Since they are obviously good at doing what they do, but to go out there and be working with these other people to help build this universe in a better way. Why does it look like you're lip syncing right now? It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. I know, man. I can see it here on my phone. My connection is going 30 frames per second, 29, and then it's gonna drop down to 0, and it's going kilobytes per second. It's just going. I don't know, man. We're doing what we can today, and hopefully that'll all get better by the time I get ready to go on Chillmonger's stream here in just a little while, guys. If you guys don't know Chillmonger, make sure you go check out his channel. He was here just in the. He was here in the chat just a minute ago, I seen. But make sure you go check out his channel. I'm going to be over there in a little while after this on there. So, okay. Yeah, we can hear you. So fine. It's all good. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, as long as you can hear me, I guess that's the most important part. So this just makes sense with the MCU, keeping people like the Russos around, meeting with them, trying to keep things cohesive, working with, like I said, I think writers like Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely need to stay around and, if anything, at least be script supervisors and help keep some sort of continuity going forward in the MCU so they can keep a certain quality to the storytelling, at least until they decide that this kind of what they're doing now is coming to an end and they want to reboot or something like that where they start to tell maybe some new story arcs and things like that. But there's just so many possibilities of things they can do. But I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, did you guys watch the Dinner Nerds video yesterday talking about this? The Russo brothers meeting with Marvel Studios monthly. Like I said, to me, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. The Russo brothers are good at doing what they do. As long, you know what, I will tell you. I have to say that I agree with one of our great supporters here at the channel, Terrazon, when I say that, just don't leave it in the hands of Taika Waititi, and I'm okay. I don't want Taika Waititi. Do you want Taika Waititi? No. Nobody wants Taika Waititi. So just leave that out of it, and we're all good. Leave Taika. No Taika. No Taika. And no James Gunn neither. You know what I mean? No James Gunn either. Nobody wants none of that crap. Nobody wants none of that crap. But yeah, and this just seems to make sense because to continue with the success that they've had in the MCU with everything, it only seems right that they would want to continue with people that they've had success with. So definitely keep these people on board for sure. Interwebs are like F you today. I know, yeah, they are, man. They are. But anyway, let's get in here to the chat and see who all's here. It looks like we got Mike Porty, Lucas, Swearins, Swinerski. Did I say that right this time? I'm sure I probably butchered that. I apologize. We've also got Unstoppable Cockblocker. How are you doing? LB says I am here. Chillmonger. What's up, my brother? Adam G. How are you doing? All Image comic number ones are free to read on digital platforms. Nice. Hell yeah! And Image has a lot of great titles. Definitely worth checking out. Captain Pennsylvania, how are you doing, my brother? Hope all is well with you. Stormbreaker 821. Chillmonger says negative 60 frames per second. I know, right? It's like dropping bad, dude. Yeah, it's hating me. Open that window. I can't see. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, it's for. Oh man, this is fun. Got a busy day. Dropped a quick like. Have a good one, y'all. All right, Justin, you better make sure you make it back and watch the full video, man. Sinner762 says no audio. Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad. I helped you glute knit upsten. Oh man. I don't know what you're saying there. Stormbreaker, you got me, man. Not good but bad. Yeah, I know, dude. It's looking pretty crappy. Is it just me? Yeah, no, it's lagging. Let's see who else we got here in the chats that's coming in. Big fan. Thank you for being here. Will Gentry, thank you so much for being here. It does look like you're lip syncing right now. That's funny. We can hear you. Yeah, definitely. Chillmonger. Okay, still am. Yeah, let's do it. Wookiee Supremacy. Wookiee Supremacy. What am I? What am I? Mike Tyson now? Look at the Primothy. We love James Gunn. He knows action comedy. I'm not really into James Gunn. I'm not really into him. Just not. I don't really. Like the even like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Yeah, they're pretty low on the totem pole for me of MCU films. Like I said, I can't like one of the. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna see if I can do that here by the weekend or maybe over the weekend. Is get my MCU ranking list done. Just so I can piss people off, because people are going to be pissed when they see my MCU ranking list. They're going to be pissed, dude. I know people are going to be upset. They're going to be upset. Fatal J, my brother says, Hexagon gives me a last Starfighter feel, and I love it. Yeah, absolutely, Jay. That's kind of what I think in my reviews of it, in my preview and review of it, that's what I had said too. I gotta read issue number 2. It's only $1, dude. It's only 99 cents if you go to impacttheory.com. 99 cents, or even on Comixology, 99 cents. Bam, $1. You get the digital comic of Hexagon issue number 2. You can't beat it. I have read in Polish, Monstrous Volume 4 and Oblivion Song. Okay, nice. Han, thanks, partner. You told me last night on FanStream, lay off the whiskey. Oh man, all right. The Karen video was hilarious. Yeah, all right. Yeah, and man, I missed Fanjexter's stream last night, man. Oh, dude, this piece of junk. What's this all about? Oh man, dude, gosh darn you, man. Anyway, technology, dude. The technology. Stormbreaker says, I was just talking Dutch for fun. I meant your audio wasn't working. Oh, yeah, I know, dude, I know, it's being bad. As Will Gentry says, as a normie, I have to say, I do want Taika and James Gunn around. They've made some of the films I enjoyed watching in the MCU. Now, I will say that Taika's Thor movie was the best Thor we've got. I liked that Thor movie. It worked. Everything he did in that movie worked. James Gunn, the Guardians, I'm just not a big fan of James Gunn or the Guardians films. But if you like them, hey, that's cool, man. That's cool. Different strokes for different folks, Aggressively says, why are you so mad at Taika? Who said I was mad at Taika? Will Gentry says, as for the Russos, I'm torn. Endgame was a letdown story-wise, but I like the rest of their MCU films. Well, if it's the story that bugs you, that's kind of, I mean, it's on them too, but it's also on Stephen Marcus and Christopher McFeely as well, because they were the writers. Can't help it. I love that Jack Daniels. Oh man, yeah. Nothing wrong with some Jack. No. Just don't tell me that you're drinking that Jack with a chaser or anything. You know who drinks Jack with chasers? I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna be nice. Taika gave us the Baby Yoda face punch. Guy is awesome. Right? Oh man, that's fine. I'm alive still. All right, man. All right, hell yeah. That's a good deal. So yeah, I don't know, but what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the Russos sticking around in the MCU to help, I don't know, maybe consult with them? What do you guys think about that? I think it's a good thing. USMC Rebel says, pass on Gun for me as a person. Pedo shit is never funny. Well, see, I was gonna say, and that's the thing there with what he said. His comments like, the humor to me, I have no problem with humor. With the humor of things like that, and especially like the shock stuff. I mean, that's kind of what he was doing before, with all all the things he was doing before, is that kind of shock stuff. I have no problem with I don't know, how would you say, not necessarily pedo humor, but like, because I'm not down with all that shit, like the pedos and all that stuff, but the comedy in itself. But here's the thing though is, he's not a comedian, right? But I mean, again, to me, it really relies on what's the context of his tweets, and what was he using his platform at that time? Was he just putting out a bunch of, I mean, because you could go back and check out my Facebook and see a whole bunch of shit I've said that, me just saying shit to see what people's reaction to stuff is going to be. And I've certainly made a bunch of humor, child molestation jokes about like the clergymen and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? With the churches and stuff. So I mean, there's that. Again, like I said, I think it all comes down to context. It does. But does that excuse anything? No. But you know, like I said, context means a lot. Just like that whole Brie Larson thing. You know what I mean? Context means a lot. And you know, I'm just not a fan of his work. That's all I really. I'm just not a fan of his work. It has nothing to do with anything else, really. Nothing to do with anything else, really. I didn't like Taika for the MCU. His comedy for me is hit or miss. Ragnarok was a big miss. See, and I thought Ragnarok was okay. Russo's for me are the MCU. Yeah. And Winter Soldier the best movie. Yeah. I think Ragnarok was great. Korg was the best. Yeah, I thought Ragnarok was great. I thought Korg was okay. I think Korg was all right. Well, I think all four MCU films that Russo's did were very enjoyable, while only one was a bit of a letdown. But I still really enjoyed. Yeah. A joke is a fucking joke. I can't stand Karens. Yeah. Again, I think with the James Gunn thing, it just kind of comes down to context. I mean, you know, it's. You know, and like I'm not gonna make a bad or a tasteless joke. I'm not gonna hold that against somebody their entire lives. Like I said, for me, James Gunn, I'm just not really into his work. I actually hate Korg the most. And you know what's funny? Go back and watch Thor: The Dark World and listen to the commentary track on Thor: The Dark World for about the first, I don't know, what is it, about 10 minutes of the movie. Interesting stories about Korg in there. If you ever find a patron, does that stuff, show me the receipt and I'll match it if drop them. Yeah, hey, you know what? And you know what, James? You should actually check down in the description of this video. And there's some links down there for an organization called Vigilantes for Children. You should definitely go check them out. Guardians was overrated. Yeah, I can agree with Guardians was overrated, for sure. Don't bring up Brie. Why not? Everybody brings up Brie. She gets clicks. Hey, how can you hate that lovely accent? Oh yeah, no, the accent's fine. Yeah, that's cool. The first comic book from Vault Comics in Poland will be These Savage Shores. It will be released in late May. Nice. You know, I haven't read that one, but I've heard it was really good. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. First one's definitely better than the second one. And thank you for being here, Apex Comics. It's all about context, but some folks just show their true colors. Yeah, and that's why I say it all really just kind of depends. Like, you gotta go kind of take a lay of the land. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna judge somebody just because they said something stupid. You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, I know everybody has said something stupid, and I could hold a whole lot of shit against people if I did. You know what I mean? I think he was just trying to be an edgelord back when you could get away with that shit online. I think there's nothing bad there at all. Yeah, exactly. And I believe that too. He's just trying to be edgy, like, oh hey, look at me, I can make some crude jokes. Ha ha ha. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know. Yeah, I mean, again, you know, it's, yeah. Some jokes are make you raise an eyebrow in the context of everything. That would be, yeah. As I'm saying, a lot of it is because, you know, a lot of these guys, they do shock humor and stuff like that, and you know, it's just, you know, it just really depends. It just really depends. Hey man, feel free to log in the Wi-Fi, no password. Obviously, the phrase got a new meaning for Trinity. Oh man, that's funny. Guardians is overrated, very much so, but it's also enjoyable to watch. Yeah. I hope Rogue absorbs Captain Marvel's powers in Captain Marvel 2. That would be great, man. That's kind of what we need, something like that. Yeah, too many tweets in too short of a time. Well, sometimes, and I think that's what it is. That's what it is. Is like, you know, some people just, you know, if they use their platform to just say stupid, silly shit. Man, okay, this guy's just saying a bunch of stupid, silly shit. Because then you can see, I gotta see plenty of profiles of people online. You know, they're just literally just saying like the stupidest shit in the world, like waiting for something to catch. You know what I mean? They're waiting for something to catch. Just looking for the attention. And we can see in this case, at one point, he was just looking for the attention. He probably wasn't getting it. Fast forward some years later, he got it. You know? Yeah. But anyway, guys, so let's go ahead and get here into one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, and that was Michael Moreci and the works of Michael Moreci. Like I said, Hexagon issue number 1 just released on Impact Theory Comics last month, issue number 1, and this was it. This is all 3 covers. You can see right there. I think this one right here is the main cover. And we go ahead and move on to this. This one is, I think, this is the C cover. Yeah, this one's the C cover. All right, let's see if you guys can see that. And then this one is the B cover right here. Okay, now this series is very good. What it is it's very reminiscent. Remember, if you were here yesterday, you heard me talking about Neon Future and how it follows a lot of cyberpunk tropes out there, and you could easily go take look at this book and read it and be like, oh, it's kind of like Blade Runner, it's kind of like The Matrix, it's kind of like a cyberpunk tale. Well, this comic book right here, Hexagon, it's very much a lot like The Last Starfighter, in case you weren't here earlier when Fatal J was here. And if he might still be here, saying the same thing. This book does remind me a lot of The Last Starfighter. It takes place in the 80s, right? And what's happening here is we see we open up and there's on the scene out in space. There's this guy fighting. He's heading towards this fortress and he's fighting. He's trying to destroy it, but then all of a sudden he ends up like this mother ship ends up coming out of nowhere and ends up destroying him before he can get to the end of the game. Right here. You can take a look at some of that art there, man. I'm telling you, they've got very beautiful art here that they got at Impact Theory Comics. And here on the art is Jeremy Rawpack, the same guy. I hope I said that right. The same guy who did the art for Neon Future. So we can see, you see they're there in space fighting and everything. Well, what this turns out to be is a video game. This is a video game where they're just like a video game. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've all played a video game before. And then what it ends up being is this kid is sitting there and he gets so close to the end and then he gets defeated, and there's a whole bunch of people there around watching him get ready to defeat this game. A whole lot of, because it's never been beat. There's this video game that's never been beaten. On the outside, we see our main character. He's there, kind of watching in because his father won't let him, doesn't allow him to play video games. And we see him sitting there at the mall, and he's like, "Oh man!" And his friends come out and like, "Hey man, like, hey, what's going on?" And so they're sitting there talking to him about like, "Hey, like, come on, you need to come in and play." Like, "Why won't your dad?" And then we see that he's also got his little girlfriend there, and you can see like, look at the art. The art is very beautiful. Art is very beautiful. Like I said, you can see it's just like a kid, a young teenager with his friends, back in the 80s. And and then his father walks up and is like, "Hey son, come on, let's go, let's go to the hobby shop." So they end up going to this hobby shop to get him a new they're gonna buy him a new Gundam. They're gonna buy him this new Gundam right here. As you can see right there. Probably because it was 2 months ago that I read this and I didn't read issue number 2 yet. But he's sitting there, he ends up getting in a fight with his father because his father is getting ready to go out of town on business once again. And we can kind of see that the kid kind of wants attention from his father. His father's somewhat absent, probably busy working all the time and things like that. It looks like he's also living in a single parent home. So that's kind of what happens. His dad's getting ready to go out of town. He kind of buys these things for his son to kind of how would you say, to kind of let him know that he cares, since he's there kind of absent in his life for the most part. And and the kid's name is Dawn, by the way. So he ends up getting in a fight with his father while they're there in the hobby shop, saying like, "Look, this isn't what I want to do. I just want to, like, why can't I be like a normal kid? I just want to go to the arcade and hang out with my friends and play video games." And he ends up getting in a fight with his father, and his father's like, "Oh man, like, his father realizes what's going on. So everything here is kind of cool because like everybody's cognizant. Like the father realizes he's been somewhat absent, and he's not on the up and up with his kid. So sometimes recognizing these things is good. So what happens is later we flash to later the kid being at home, sitting there kind of bored as his father's getting ready, has gone out of town, and we see they've got a housekeeper there. That is there keeping things, keeping the house nice and tidy, and also keeping an eye on Don while his father is out of town. And I do really get the feeling that this isn't his mother, just by the way she's talking and everything. So he's sitting there reading a comic book of this game that he's wanting to play. It's called Crucible, this game. And he's sitting there reading a comic book about it there that evening, and then all of a sudden his friends show up. His friends show up at his window saying, "Hey man, hey let's," they're throwing rocks at his window saying, "Hey man, let's sneak out, let's go to the arcade, bro, we're gonna have fun." And so what happens? What's he do? He sneaks out with his friends, right? Yeah. They go out. Wrong page. They go out together for a day on the town. They go out for a night on the town. They sneak out. They're on their bicycles, and they end up going to the arcade and hanging out. Well, they get to the arcade. Obviously, this is the happening spot. Everybody's there, kind of hanging out and everything, And then there's kids gathered around. The arcade game, is everybody's kind of playing. There's some older kids there that are playing it. The kids show up. They want to play, and they're like, beat it, kid. Take your quarters somewhere else. This one's taken. So anyway, they do what they can to end up getting these kind of mean bullies off of the game. These guys were kind of being mean, and they end up getting thrown out of the arcade. So finally Don gets his chance to play this video game for the first time ever in his life. First time he's ever played this video game. He puts in his first quarter, and he's going through the whole game, round after round after round after round. He's sat there and dreamed about playing this game so long, and he's sitting there, and he ends up getting to the final level. So he's sitting there, he gets to the final level. There's kids gathered all around, sitting there waiting to watch, waiting to see him beat this game. So he's sitting there playing this game. He gets to the final level. He gets to that spot where the kid earlier at the beginning of the story got to, and he beats the game. He beats the game. Everybody's happy. He's proud. He gets to put in his initials. He's a hero. Everybody's happy, and he's kind of gonna be his name's gonna be there on the leaderboard for a while, at least until they unplug the game, right? Well, there's a lot going on here now. The thing is it seems like hey, it's a harmless gesture. He just won a video game, right? And we kind of get the feeling, like I kind of get the feeling through here that his father knows a little more than he lets on. I have a feeling that his father's going to find out that he was there playing this video game and that his name is on this leaderboard and see his son's initials there. But also, here at the end of the story, when he beats this game, he attracts the attention of some people who have some very bad intentions to come to. They're now on their way to Earth now that he's beat this video game, because we see them sitting there saying like, "Hey, we've found him." So there's a little bit more going on here than more than meets the eye, if you will. Can I say that without getting a copyright strike? And so there's a little more than meets the eye here. And what's this sound like? It sounds a lot like this Last Starfighter. Yes, it does. It's playing on those same kind of tropes, right? But is there anything wrong with that? I mean, who hasn't watched The Last Starfighter and didn't like it? Right? So yeah, this sounds a lot like that, but like I said, just like Neon Future, it takes from a lot of tropes out there and things like that, and kind of works with them and plays on them. Altogether, issue number 1 of Hexagon was great, and like I said, you can find these on Impact Theory's website, and you can see that right there, Impact Theory. That's the company right there. I was talking about them yesterday. Go to their website. It only costs $1 to buy the digital book, and I know, it's $1. Boo-hoo. But you got a new comic to read that just came out yesterday. It just came out yesterday, and yeah, it's digital, and yes, I bought it, and I'm going to read it. But this book is being published, like I said, by Impact Theory Comics, one of my favorite comic book publishers out there. And I say they're one of my favorites, and you know how many titles they have? 2. They've got Neon Future, and now they've got Hexagon, and they're doing one hell of a job putting out some good books. And in this one, like I said, the writer is Michael Moreci, and he's a great writer that I've been really enjoying some of his work. Now and I found out yesterday. That's how I found out about Hexagon issue number 2 was because he's supposed to be having a new series coming out on IDW Comics. He was writing one of those Star Wars adventure books. And it was supposed to be coming out last month. It should be on issue number 2 right now. Issue number 2? No, I think he said issue number 3. It would be on issue number 3 because it's going to be 5 issues that release week after week. And it was supposed to be issue number 3. And he was pretty excited about this. He writes a lot of great science fiction stuff. And I want to talk a little bit more, show you guys a couple more of the titles that he does. But it's... his writing is very good. He's very good at the science fiction stuff. And, you know, you're probably wondering, why am I talking about this on the morning movie chat? We're talking about comic books again. Well, he did recently announce on his Twitter that he actually just got a job to write a script for a certain movie getting ready to come out very soon. And he's going to be, you know, he can't release details now, but soon enough, we will know more. And, guys, this is exciting because if you go back and read Michael Moreci's work, he does some very, very great writing. He also has a couple novels. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to get on Amazon and pick up a copy of those and maybe read some more of his work. But I have read some of his comic books, and he does phenomenal work. Like I said, Hexagon is a great series that I think you should go out there and read. Now, he's also got some other books that he did. One of them is, you guys know how much I love Vault Comics and what they do over there, but one of the books that he's written was this one right here, called Maul. Now this one right here is issue number 1 of Maul. It is a tribute to Blade, the first Blade book. But Maul is very good. Is a very great book. This is issue number 2 right here. Then issue number 3. Issue number 4, and issue number 5. Now this one he wrote actually along with Gary Dauberman. I believe that was the guy's name, Gary Dauberman. Michael Moreci and Gary Dauberman. Drawn by Zach Harton, colored by Addison Duke, lettered by Jim Campbell. I'll show you those names right there. The hardworking Jim Campbell. Basically what this story is about, it's kind of like, imagine Mallrats meets the Warriors. Something kind of like that. We see that it's a post-apocalyptic kind of scene where a natural disaster has kind of happened and a bunch of people have holed up in a mall, and the mall has all become kind of like gang territory, and they've got different factions out there that are warring, but of course there is one faction of people out there who has more power than the rest of them. But you've got people like the security guards, you've got the Gacy's. You've also got just a different, they're all kind of plays on big modern retailers out there, right? So these people are kind of holed up there in this mall, and they've been living there for quite a while. Well, what we find out is at the very beginning of the story, we see this young lady who we see running from these bad guys, and what it is she's running from these guys, and they're going to take her baby. We find out later that this young lady's name is Ronan. We end up meeting her later in the story. So what's going on here is we see that there is kind of a hierarchy here in this mall of people, of these groups. And Andrew, his father, happens to be in charge of the biggest group who kind of really rules everything. He's kind of the king of the mall, if you will. Well, it turns out Andrew was just recently framed for murdering their competition, the leader of their competition. So basically, everybody's out after him. This is starting, getting ready to start some riots and gang wars there within the mall. And there's a lot of interesting things go on throughout the course of this book. The art in this book I really like. We can see right here. This is Andrew's father and his brother right there. I believe his brother's name is no, Andre. Andre is the main character's name. This is his brother Andrew, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, we can see, it's kind of like a Godfather thing as well. Like I said, you see, like, imagine like the Godfather meets the Warriors meets the Mallrats. Yeah, maybe a little bit more like that. So Andrew ends up, he's getting ready. He ended up getting captured and he's getting ready to be murdered. Ronan, who ended up saving him, and they end up taking off underground, and they start going underground, and they're traveling underground where there's all kinds of different creatures and everything. They're under this mall, and they end up coming to, they're trying to get to the main security. So they get through everything and they get to the main security room, and that's where they meet one of these guys who's kind of in charge of stuff, who has the security footage that proves Andrew's innocence. Andrew? Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a couple months since I read this one, but they're sitting there trying to prove his innocence, and get there and they get this footage that proves his innocence, and they got this tape, and they're gonna take it to show everybody, there in the mall. Well, what happens is they're at the same time, they're all kind of being tracked down by all of these different factions of people, because they want to kill him and hold him accountable because they think he killed this. They think he killed this guy. Oh, it's like. Oh man, and you're in and out really bad now. Oh man, can you at least hear the voice? Oh, man. Dang, man. This is terrible. And I get it if you guys leave. We're getting ready to wrap up here in a minute anyway. But Mall is another one, a good post-apocalyptic tale where people are just kind of, man, they're doing what they can to survive. All really great stuff. Dang, is it really frozen like Elsa over here? Dang, man. All right, guys, if it's that bad, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and call it a stream here. I do greatly apologize about that. Man. All right. Oh, see, it's back up again. It's just going in and out, guys. It's going in and out. Anyway, guys, we're going to, since we're having a bunch of difficulties here and everything, maybe we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it a stream here. And maybe I'll go ahead and, I guess we have this show to ourselves, right? Yeah. What I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and we'll I don't know, we'll edit this down. We'll figure something out. Maybe the internet will be up and working a little bit better here a little bit later on. But you all have a very good day, and we'll see you all in the next video. All right, guys. Again, I do apologize. We'll get it figured out. It's just the internet right now. Later.